thief.
Come into the light.
This episode of the Hollywood Reporter News is brought to you by American Airlines, Hollywood's favorite airline. A tale as old as time, cartoons are now real people. Yes, we're celebrating the release of Disney's live-action adaptation of Beauty and the Beast by taking a look at 5 key differences between the new release and the 1991 animated classic. There goes Emma Watson as Belle, singing through the village, as you do. Remember, in the animated version, our young Belle is misunderstood by the town because she likes her books. Again, this strikingly beautiful woman is an outcast because she's a nerd. Now in the live-action version, Belle dares to invent a laundry machine and teaches another girl to read. Emma Watson said of her Belle, "I hope she's a slightly more modern version. She was updated a little bit, but she was pretty progressive in her DNA, really. She was a bit of a rebellious Disney princess." Next up, in the live-action movie, we learn more about the Beast's life than in the animated version. His beastly personality still comes through though, but the household staff also helps explain how he got this way. The Beast himself, Dan Stevens, told The Hollywood Reporter, "It's not just about refusing an old woman's shelter in a storm, which is what happens and triggers the curse, but there's a lot of behavior leading up to that. There's something not quite right in his heart, and it needs to be put right." He also finally sings. Yes, unlike the animated classic, the new movie includes a song from the Beast entitled Evermore, where he lets Belle go, knowing that doing so means his curse will never be broken. Alright, it's performed better than that on the soundtrack by Josh Groban. Next up is Belle's mom? Who is she? The live-action movie explains that she died when Belle was very young from the plague. The reveal occurs when the Beast shows Belle a magical book that lets them travel to her childhood home in Paris, where we learn of her mother's fate and hear a new song called How Does a Moment Last Forever. It's also sung by Celine Dion in the credits. Ever heard of Maestro Cadenza? He's a brand new friend to Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and Chip in The Castle, and voiced by Stanley Tucci, and here he is in a sneak peek on Good Morning America. A musician, he's transformed into a large and ornate harpsichord on the first floor, while his wife, Garderobe, voiced by Audra McDonald, is stuck in Belle's bedroom on the second floor. Super tragic. Makes you feel more for the household staff.
Every guy here'd love to be you, Gaston.
And finally, we gotta talk about Gaston. I'm Gaston. In the animated version, he's the goofy egomaniac who pays off Monsieur d'Arc, the head of a local insane asylum, to pronounce Belle's father, Maurice, insane and lock him away so he can marry Belle. But now the d'Arc role in the wrongdoing is way less involved, while Gaston handles his evil doings against Maurice with his own 2 hands. He does some truly villainous things in this, so you've got to take him as a real face value villain, not just this goofy guy. Producer Todd Lieberman told The Hollywood Reporter, "So he's more intimidating."
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating.
So there's just 5 differences between the live-action version and the 1991 animated original. And guys, we have so much more up at THR.com right now, including more on Gaston's sidekick LeFou and a change in the story on Belle's dad's imprisonment. So what's the biggest difference to you? What are you most excited to see in the new version versus the original? Let me know in the comments, guys. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Paul Costabile, and bonjour!
Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour.